This is not a toy. This is not a go-kart. It is a tool to help you at work.
You have no idea how much power is behind you when you're driving this.
The number one priority is to be aware of your surroundings.
Two common misconceptions are that it's very easy or it's very difficult.
They're powerful, they can pick up a lot of things, making it a lot easier, a lot more efficient to move objects.
A forklift is not like an automobile. It's not like anything you've driven before.
Do you ever stop to think about what an amazing machine a forklift is? Well, just imagine how much more work would be involved if we didn't have them. Forklifts, lift trucks, powered industrial trucks, whatever you choose to call them, they're among the most common types of equipment in industry and construction. These machines have become essential by making it easier to move heavier materials. They come in many classes and types, from electric to LP gas, to gasoline powered, to diesel powered. Each type is designed for a particular job and a particular operating environment. Each one is a powerful tool that allows one person to precisely lift and place large heavy loads with very little physical effort. Never use a forklift unless you're trained and authorized by your employer to do so. If you have been trained and authorized, then be sure to follow the safety rules and procedures. We're going to review some basic rules that every forklift operator needs to know. Driving a forklift is different than driving a car. In a car or truck, the front wheels steer the vehicle. A forklift, of course, has the steering wheels in the rear. The rear end of the forklift swings in a circle around the front wheels that support most of the load. Make sure there's room for the rear end to swing out when making turns. And when moving a load in reverse, don't forget to allow room for the load to swing too. Because they steer from the rear, forklifts can turn a much tighter circle than a car. Another difference is that most forklifts are a lot heavier than a car because they have counterweights mounted at the rear to balance the weight of the load.
With all of that weight moving, you can't stop fast like a car. You can't steer fast like a car.
When we have a load, we typically drive backwards, and which means you're turning over your shoulder all the time while you're driving.
The combination of rear steering and heavy weight makes it difficult to stop a forklift quickly or swerve and still maintain control. Even without a load, a forklift can tip over, so it's important not to drive fast or round corners too quickly. Another major difference between a forklift and a car is stability. Almost all counterbalanced powered industrial trucks have a 3-point suspension system. That is, the vehicle is supported at 3 points. This is true even if the vehicle has 4 wheels. The truck's steer axle is attached to the truck by a pivot pin at the axle center. When the points are connected with imaginary lines, this 3-point support forms a triangle called the stability triangle. A vertical line extending from the center of gravity of the vehicle load combination must stay inside the stability triangle to prevent the forklift from tipping. Once you understand the characteristics of the forklift, you're almost ready to go. But first, it's always a good idea to review the operator's manual. You should also read and understand the warning labels, capacity plate information, and other instructions on the forklift.
In training, I stress what we call a 3-point mount. 2 hands firmly on the cage of the forklift, 1 foot on the floorboard, and swinging yourself onto the seat of the forklift.
To get on and off a forklift, always face the unit and use 3 points of contact at all times. Never jump on or off. If the forklift has a seat belt or lap bar, you're required to use it. In case of a tip over, the seat belt will keep you inside the protective frame.
The seat belt use is required by OSHA, and the primary purpose of the seat belt is to keep you from being tempted to jump free and clear when the units start to tip over.
Never attempt to jump off the forklift.
Never jump off. Never attempt to jump off.
No, never jump out because you don't know where the tow motor is going to go. You don't know where what you're carrying is going to go.
Never try to jump off during a tip over. You might be pinned under the forklift or the load.
You never want to lean towards your fall. You should hold onto the steering wheel, make sure you're stable, and lean away from your falling direction.